Global support was something that took a tremendous amount of work in our organization, but it needed to be done. And we felt strongly that every Toastmaster needed to be represented equally, and needed to have their own region, and needed to have their own structure for somebody who could speak up on our board of directors. And like all change, change is hard for any kind of an organization. And there were people that resisted that. And I just want to give public thanks to John Lau and to Ted Corcoran and to some of the others in this room who stood up and said, hey, the future of this organization is over. I'm overseas. You guys are inside. The future of the organization is outside of North America. And we now have the structure in place to what I believe will happen, some exponential growth in our organization. And, Deepak's district and Rebecca, this is just the beginning in District 82 and 85. I honestly believe, if you've ever read the book called The Tipping Point talks about a critical mass that happens in every organization where it gets higher and higher. And when you hit that critical mass, there is mass exposure. Right now, we are the best kept secret around the world. We do great things, but the popular media doesn't really know about Toastmasters. Nobody knows about us. But I believe this is the first step in bringing us up into that, hitting that critical mass, where we become the true force that I believe we can be.
Impressions of the convention. What would you want the district to hear?
Very tiring. Energizing, tiring, exhausting, but good, really good. And I've come away so far today with, I think, a few answers to things I was wondering about. Things that I was wondering about, actually, some things about the organisation, but also some things about what I was going to be doing this year. And I think that's been very valuable. So, yeah, it's been a great day.
It's good.
But I am tired.
The organisation is shy about one very obvious thing, which is branding. That is different. We're branding it separately in each country, and we came away with that very clear today now. And that it's a struggle for everybody because of that. So that was new to me as well. Well, I totally enjoyed talking to the candidates because some of them were really hopelessly poor, I thought, and some, on the other hand, were inspiring in certain aspects of what they were talking about and proposing. The quality of the candidates that were there was very mixed, and there weren't that many listeners amongst them, I thought, as well. They wanted to tell us what they were going to do rather than listen to what our concerns were about the organisation. So
your first impression of the conference or the convention so far?
Very relaxing.
It's breakfast at Starbucks, which I had outside with the ducks, which is cool because they run up to you as soon as there's food in sight.
Let me show you the picture.
I'll show you the picture in a moment. And then I had a walk around the hotel. Actually, and spectacular photographs earlier this morning because you have the water. It's really still, really clear sky, and you have the mirror image in the water of whatever you take a picture of, and over the golf course. Yeah.
5:30 pool. 5:30.
Not quite that early. More like 8 a.m.
So you haven't joined the walking?
Umbrella.
Have you joined the walking crowd that starts at 5:30 and they do a walk around the block?
Mine was more like 8:20.
She got to sleep in. Unlike us who had to be at the office at 7 o'clock.
Teresa, tell me about your experience of your first and a half day at this convention.
At this convention. With this being the third convention, it's proved quite challenging because I've watched it evolve from 2 years ago to what it is today, and looking at it from the point of view of not knowing anything about how the organization runs when I was LGM like you, Freddie, moving up to Leggett and now to DG. it becomes very apparent that you really need to know as much as possible about the organization in order to be able to lead the district to a year of success. So listening to Mr. Ted Corcoran and all of the past leaders has made it that much more impressive a convention. And it's amazing how many of those guys come up to you and talk to you and help you as you are working your way through the training. So today has been extremely successful as far as learning from those who have been there and have done it. And I still have a lot to learn.
Well, sure.
Hi, Mr. Corcoran.
I'm very well, thank you.
Nice to see you, sir.
Hello, Michaela. You having a bit of a party?
A little bit, yeah. As much as we can.
Sharing knowledge.
Yeah.
Sharing knowledge of wine or or what?
Why not?
Not.
Hello.
Which one? I just thought of it. Absolutely, I just thought of it.
Pain of our rays.
A pain of our age.
Yeah. Very appropriate.
What are you taking photographs for?
I'm taking a video of you, darling.
You are?
Say something inspirational.
Yes.
That was it. Whoa!